Today I'm going to do a general overview of the Light My Bricks line of LEGO lighting accessories, the DIY Technic Designer Kit specifically. And I'll discuss some parts considerations if you want to start lighting up your own LEGO mocs like I have, and in a follow-up video I'll cover some actual building strategies to make use of them because it can be pretty tricky. It can add some time for sure. As always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. So Light My Bricks has been around for a while. They make a lot of prefab kits for their LEGO sets like modular buildings, Technic sets, and so on. A few months ago they sent me their new Technic DIY Designer Kit, which I think is their first prepackaged kit specifically targeted at mockers, mock being my own creation. So here it is. First of all, ships out in this really nice black bubble mailer, my favorite color. All in all, their product quality and presentation is really impressive. So the box that comes in there looks like something you might get from Apple. It's just a really nice presentation, nice construction, little magnetic latch. You've got your stickers, your instructions, and so on, and then your little baggies of parts. So you have things like cables, expansion boards. This one has a rotating light, the actual lights, and then power sources and so on, which I'll show you later. So I've been working with their products for a few months now. I've been super impressed with the overall quality and durability. I did demolish one connector board, but probably because I was cramming a light in there the wrong way. It's really tiny stuff, so you do have to approach it carefully, but read the directions and you'll be good to go. Anyways, on to the actual kit. So I already fuss a lot over my mocs and realism and details, but I kept finding myself digitizing them to Bricklick Studio, mostly after, post-production type effects like lighting, but the studio renderer is pretty mediocre. I don't have enough time to learn Blender, so the opportunity to add real lighting was pretty awesome. So that being said, there are a lot of considerations in planning. Again, you'll need to do first. I've tried adding lighting to some things I didn't specifically plan on adding lighting to, and it goes okay. It really works much better if you start out the gate with that plan in mind. But again, that'll be on my next video. This is kind of just an overview. So let's talk about the DIY kit itself. It includes a ton of different parts, which you can see in the show notes below. I'll link to it rather than going all of them specifically here. There's lights that come in two lengths, 30 centimeters and 15 centimeters, and I've actually had to make use of both, so that's good. There's expansion boards, so really this just means your power pack connects to the expansion board and your light connects to the expansion board. There's things like connecting cables if you have a build that's big enough that you actually need to jump from expansion board to expansion board. I've never had to do it, but if you're building something truly huge or actually working with a Technic scale build, you may need to. And it's kind of funny, they include a few little lights bits, trans plates rather, because they talk a lot about how their lights don't fit as well under tiles, but I actually have found the opposite. So I'll go into that a little bit on the next video. They're pretty versatile. Again, if you plan right, you can really fit them in a lot of different ways. So how does this all work? So basically, you have something that looks like this. So this is one of the power packs. I'll talk about those in a sec here because this is a big one. It just connects to the expansion board, connects to this light, and again, everything is just super tiny, very fine, so handle with care, and then really, that's it. Very bright. I can't recall, I think that they have a smaller version of the light that's a little dimmer. I've actually put in a request for dimmer lights because there are occasions where I want full brightness out of one light and maybe a dimmer brightness out of another light, so we'll see if that happens. And the lights that the kit comes with are just white, but you can buy different colored lights through their DIY store. So good things and bad things about the actual kit. Good is you get a lot of value. Last time I priced it out, I think the components added up to over $100 and the price of the kit was $80. For that, you get a lot of options to play with, including rotating lights, effects boards that pulse and do other cool stuff. I haven't even had a chance to play with that yet, but I could see it being super fun, especially for something like a mech hanger or a base or something like that. Now the bad is really only bad if you build at minifig scale like I do. Now granted the set is called, or rather the kit's called a Technic Designer Kit, but really comes down to the size of the power pack. So the two it comes with are the AA pack, which has 3 AA batteries, and the USB pack. The USB pack is cool because it actually doesn't take up any room at all, but obviously you'd have to have your building or such parked beside an actual USB power source. And the AA pack is it's just way too huge for a minifig scale. When I was first designing my Metatron mech for this lighting, I thought I would try to accommodate it, but it's just too big. As you can see, it's around, what is this? 6 by 2 by 14 studs in size, and it's quite heavy too, so it'll add a lot of weight to a build. So if you're going to pick up this kit, I do suggest getting some alternate power sources right out the gate. They're cheap, they work super well, they use cheap batteries. My favorite is the flat pack, so this is around, what is this, 3 by 7 by 2 studs. It's skinny, really easy to slide in between supporting parts of your build. This is definitely my favorite. I use it in both my large Metatron mech and my medium Delta mech. There's a round pack. Both of these you see are 2032s. This is about the size of a 4x4 round brick plus 1 plate. I think it's a little bit harder to place just because it's a little bit plump. And then there is the micro pack, which I showed off recently in my Prelacy APC. This is really cool, very versatile. It's basically a purpose-built combination of power pack and expansion boards. So it uses LR44 batteries, which are pretty crap, but you will be able to replace them for fairly cheap if you would just, you'll have to tape them together for them to hold in place there. And it has 6 ports. And it's just really great option for a vehicle. And size-wise, that's the size of a 2x2x2 brick. I actually think it would be amazing if Light My Bricks got into some custom molding. It would be cool, for example, to maybe have your micro pack actually come inside one of these container bricks, which is one of my favorite parts. As it stands, in any case, regardless of what you're going to use, you're going to have to find a compartment to hide it in, or somehow make it part of your build design. This is $10, and again, the smaller packs are $5 each. All really good. So yeah, definitely if you're gonna pick up the Technic Designer Kit, get yourself some alternate power packs. You won't regret it. So that's the basics of the kit and some considerations you're gonna need to think about for power. I really like the DIY kit. It has a lot of stuff to play with. It's a great way to get your feet wet and to try it all out. It was a bit intimidating at first, but once you start playing with it, you really want to play with all of it. If you have a specific build in mind, you can just a la carte it from their web store. So to give some examples of that, my Metatron mech has 7 lights, one 12-port connector board, and a flat pack. That's around $33. My Delta medium mech has 4 lights, a 6-port connector board, and a flat pack. That was around $25. And my Prelacy APC has 4 lights and a micro pack, which is around $20. So if you add up all 3 of those, that's the cost of one Technic DIY Designer Kit. The longest product name ever. So that's my general rundown of the kit and their products in general. I know there's other brands out there. I haven't tried them. I've been super happy with Light My Bricks. Again, I've only broken one thing, and that was really my own fat fingering. The only real issue now is I'm basically addicted to lighting up all of my builds, so extra time, extra complexity, but I do think the end result is worth it. As mentioned, I'll follow up with more of a strategy video on ways to route your lighting through a build and what kind of parts are going to be essential for that. Spoiler, parts with lots of holes. Thanks again. Do thumbs up and subscribe if you dig my videos, and I'll talk to you again soon.